Welcome to this last video of this tutorial series for Bootstrap for beginners, and we're going to speak about models. Models are basically an item that pops up onto your screen when you click a button or something else that triggers it, and it appears in the sort of whatever you're seeing on the screen. So to begin, I'm going to create the item. We're going to duplicate this, copy, and then paste. We have 22 nice videos for a beginner, which is models. So we're going to rename this models, model, and remove this because it's a new day. Wow. So how do we create a model? First, let me rename this and just check if our live server is working, because sometimes you might. Okay, so it is working, and I'm going to use this big screen. Okay, can even remove it like this and just have a proper screen. So how are we going to create a model? First, we need something to trigger it, and we are going to use a button. And this button is just a normal type of button with a class of btn, because we're in Bootstrap, and btn info as an example, and we'll just say tap to open an example. If I go to the browser, it just looks something like this. Now if I continue, we need to have data attributes like data. Bootstrap, of course, is a toggle attribute as always. And what are you going to do? It's now a model, it's not a collapse. And what do you need as a target? We're going to create, which says our model, which we are going to create. After that, now let's create the model itself, because now we have an item. Once we click, it's going to open something called our model. Now we need to create that, and the way to create it, of course, let's create a div with the class of our model, right? And then with the class of model. And if you want to put an animation to it, we'll add the class of fed. Of course, I want to put a class of fed to it to let you know that that class exists. Inside it, we need to have a class of model dialog, and that's what is the wrapper for everything, which we see. Okay, it looks like a card. So div with a class of model dialog. Inside that, we are going to have model content, which is put like this. Inside the model content class, we are going to have the model header, model body, and model footer. So model header, let's start with the model header plus model body, body, and then model footer. Okay, if I save and go to the browser, nothing much happens because we have not really defined anything here. Okay, under the model header, we're going to have several items, and the first one is the title. So let's have probably heading 2 with the class of model title inside the model header. And if you want to check the sizing, so fs5, font size of 5, I'm going to have it there, and have an ID of probably nothing. You can just leave it there and just call it null title. If I click on this, nothing is happening. We're going to find out what the problem is. Okay, data target. As always, I've forgotten this. Now if I click on it, a model title is there. If I click away, it goes away. So that's the model title. And also next to the model title, we can have a close icon here in case we want to click on it and close. And Bootstrap simplifies that one for us so that we don't use JavaScript. So it's just a button with the class of button close, and I'm sure I'll pass through this one somewhere else. This button is going to have a data dismiss attribute of model. So data Bootstrap dismiss attribute of what is it dismissing? A model. If I save this and go back, it shows the X button. If I click on it, it goes away. Initially I used to click away and it goes away. Okay, so you're done with the model header. In case you want to add anything there, you can. But next I'm going to the model body, because I told you the model content, we have model header, model body, and model footer. The model body, we can do what we want, and I'm just going to copy the lorem ipsum text in accordions, which is put simply like this, and go to the models and paste it there. And for you to see how it looks like in a model, it looks like that. It's well formatted. Okay, click that, go away. Now let's focus on how to create the model footer. And in the model footer, we can have several buttons, maybe the close button and the cancel button, or save changes or something. So we are going to have two buttons, which times 2, and each having a class of btn. Okay, so this one is going to be btn close, because we want to have this, and a data dismiss attribute of what are you dismissing? The model, and we are going to call this close. So and then btn success, actually danger. If I save it and go see here, and we are going to say this is btn success actually, and remove the actually, if we put this btn close, it's going to put the X icon. Let me just remove it. Okay, we have the close. If we click on it, it goes away. So you want to put it as danger, because you don't want to close. And then this one is btn success, and we can say here it is done. Basically, if you want to submit something, it's going to recall it submit. So you can have both. See, you have the close button and the submit. Submit is not doing anything. Close can close. Okay, so that's how you're able to create a Bootstrap model item. And now we've come to the end of knowing all the elements, the basic elements of Bootstrap 5. See you in the next tutorial, where we're going to discuss what next for you. See you then.